Hello. I am going to showcase my Star Rail fan expansion for the Genshin Tarot board game, uh, which you should look into if you haven't yet. Don't watch this video; it's not for you. But it's a great game, so definitely check it out. This is very much a work in progress, my stuff. But it's what I'm gonna be showcasing and bringing a little attention to, as well as a little awareness to the game itself, because I think it deserves more popularity than it has. So I thought I could record a little, maybe not little, solo playthrough. So I'm going to be using my own table for this. It has a auto setup scripted. We'll be using just the Star Rail stuff, characters and enemies. Again, all a work in progress still, very much so. And we'll be going against the Doomsday Beast. Dealing 7 characters, that's my default for my Star Rail expansion. So I'm going to press start, and that should give me 7 characters, as well as do enemy stuff, but I'll get to that. So I'm going to keep 4 of these in my hands to form my team. So I'm going to leave out, for example, I'm going to be using Shui, not Huohuo. There's a decent amount of sustain here if I get Shepard or Bailu. So at least one of those two. Maybe even both. But I think I will go with Shepard. And taking out Bailu. Two of the same element could be a little not ideal. But Pele is really good for destroying shields. Well, they both like doing reactions themselves to an extent. So I'm not going to use them both. I'm going to just pick Branya and Jinyuan. So I'm putting these out like this, but I'm actually going to have to put them back in my hand so that this get cards button works. There we go. Alright, so I can do whatever I want with these now, but I guess I'll just leave them next to the character piles. That's what I usually do. We can put the turn counter at 1 and the enemies in their places. This one is not in its place. There we go. But before we start, we need to get rid of basic cards until we have 20 in the deck. So I may be going to not start with that or that. These are fine to start with. Maybe just one. No, this is okay. That need to take out 3 more still. Maybe one of Jinyuan's normals. One of Sui's normals. And follow-ups are just free and don't clog your deck at all, so I didn't want to remove any of them. I guess I'll remove her skill. Okay, 20 cards in the deck. That's the starter deck done. Drawing 5 cards to the first hands. Could be slightly problematic, but let's see. Okay, IPC Field Grunt. When I damage you, put 1 Mora on me. When I'm defeated, you gain all Mora on me. So this table doesn't actually have like physical Mora tokens, so I just use Geo tokens for that. It's whatever, as long as you know. And has 1 shield. So I can just start now. So 5 health. First of all, I'm just gonna start this Karmic Perpetuation, draw one card and keep this card face up. So I'm gonna keep it here on her side. Whenever I destroy a shield, I put a shield on this card. And when there are 3 here, I'm gonna discard, all of this to deal damage. Piercing damage. So for now, I don't gotta worry about that. For now, I don't think I'm gonna defeat him, but that's fine. I get one more Mora at the end. If I let him damage me one turn. Get promoted, I guess. So what I can do... I might just kill him, actually. Alright, so I'm gonna use Rifting Zenith here, genuine skill. Apply Electro and 1 piercing damage to all enemies in my zone. We're gonna do that. And more importantly, put 2 Electro tokens on his bursts. So these tokens allow him to, at the start of the enemy phase, use his Lightning Lord, basically. If there are any Electro tokens on this card, I remove them. Apply Electro to all enemies in one zone. And for each token I discarded, I deal 1 piercing damage. So that will probably do good work. We could actually just kill the IPC grunt. So I want to though. Can do that. It's 1 damage. This is gonna deal 2. So I'm actually gonna... Well... I don't have much healing. It's mostly guard. So maybe I don't want to get damaged. So yeah, I'll just deal 1 damage here. I'm gonna end the player phase by drawing a new hand. Then at the start of the enemy phase, Genuine's Lightning Lord will activate, and bam, 2 piercing damage. Gonna give myself 2 more for that. And at the end of the enemy phase, gonna reveal the unobstructed enemies. So this little robot, when I attack, I immediately gain 1 shield. And here, when I attack, if I have no shields, I deal 1 additional piercing damage, and you draw 2 cards. For now, he does have shield. So let's move to turn 2. Reset our stuff. No start of turn effects, no leyline. I can start my turn. Very well use Rifting Zenith again, but try to focus on this guy if possible. Oh yeah, I can definitely do that. We could take care of both of them, I think. So first, if I use skill here, apply Quantum to all enemies in your zone. Hang on. Let me think this through. No, this is fine. Yeah. Quantum. By the way, since you're not expected to be familiar with this expansion when you're watching this video, Quantum is the only element I added from Star Rail that wasn't already in the Genshin Tarot base game. So there's more Quantum characters in this expansion than there are in Star Rail, actually, because a couple of the non-Quantum characters did become Quantum here for reasons that make sense, I promise. And its reaction applies a stun token and gives you 1 energy. If a regular enemy has a stun on it during its turn, it does not attack. For royals, that's 2 stuns. For bosses, it's complicated. I'm not gonna go over it yet, but it's usually not relevant. So I could have stunned them here instead of defeating them, but I can defeat them. Pretty sure. So Rifting Zenith, That will apply Electro and deal 1 piercing damage. Just delete these. Just one of them. And the Electro reaction also deals 2 piercing damage, so that's 3 on each. And 2 energy for me. We're also going to place 2 Electro tokens here. And that is all our action points. This is going to deal 2 piercing damage to both of them, so I still need to do this first to be able to take care of the Void Ranger. But I think that is enough. Also, since I destroyed 2 shields on these guys, I'm gonna put 2 shields here, and this will activate, her follow-up will activate, once there are 3. So it's good that I did not destroy this 3rd shield yet, because I do not want this to activate, because it would be wasted damage. No, actually that would work still. Yeah, it would still work, but it's fine. Alright, and my turn. And let's start the enemy phase with Lightning Lord's attack, which will deal 2 piercing damage to each. 1, 2, 3 Mora, 8 Mora. And at the end of the enemy phase, we reveal these. So we got a Wind Spawn, easy, cannot be applied with Anima, and a Mr. Dome Screen, so 2 shields. For an attack, if I have any damage or elements on me, all players lose 2 energy. Otherwise, you gain 2 energy. So we can make use of that, as well as this one's on death effect. It explodes. Destroy 1 shield on other enemies in the zone, or deal 2 damage if they have none. So we can do this a few different ways, but for now, let's move the turn counter, reset stuff, and pull a Leyline Disorder. It's turn 3 now. All players with no freeze cards in their hands add 1 to the top of their deck. We'll see how much that matters. It matters. Because... how do I do this actually? I don't think I can break any shields here without triggering the lose energy effect. So ideally, I would get the energy and use it this turn. But we'll see. Because we do have a freeze, so that might be an issue. Okay, draw 1 card, keep this face up. We get the freeze into our hands. Freeze does not stop us from losing energy to this, only from spending energy, which is pretty different. So I don't know how worth it is to get rid of that actually. So let me think. If I don't get rid of the freeze, what could I do? I could destroy 2 shields on one of these guys using Cryo and Quantum. But then this would only deal 3 damage. And this deals 2, so that's 5 damage on one of them. I guess that's fine. And if I got rid of the freeze, I would have only 2 action points, and honestly, I still would be able to do that, so I'm just gonna get rid of the freeze. So starting with Sway skill, apply Quantum to all of them. Lets you draw cards per shields destroyed, but that's not ideal right now. I'm gonna focus on Japard's skill, which will apply Cryo and deal 2 damage to one enemy. And if it triggers a reaction, I apply stun, but I might kill that enemy. Actually, okay, hang on. I will use a part skill on the dome screen, so the cryo reaction will get rid of these and give me 2 energy. I could have just moved these here. Since it did a reaction, oh, it has damage first. And since it did a reaction, it applies stun. So the dome screen can't act this turn. Can't attack. And that energy loss only happens if, only happens if he attacks. So I don't need to worry about him anymore. So when this activates, I can deal 1 piercing damage 3 times on the same or multiple enemies. I'm gonna do all of that here. This, we destroy 2 shields, so it should have 2 tokens on it. We don't have more action points. And these cost 5 energy. And this only helps if I have action points. So this was maybe not ideal. That's fine. If I have 3 action points, I could kill this guy with this. Oh well, I'm not gonna lose the energy anymore, at least. So, ending my turn, drawing 5 cards. Okay, and we move on to the enemy phase. So the Windspawn and Automaton Spider will attack me. That's 3 damage total. This guy will not do anything, and at the end of the player phase, I'm gonna get rid of his stun. Turn 4, resets, and a ley line. Slowing water. I'm gonna discard a random card, then apply Hydro to this guy. I just discard the leftmost after a shuffle, so there we go. That's really bad, actually. That's exactly the one I wanted. So you gotta replan. And that replan could be what? I can't destroy shields now without that. No, but I can. Because I can use Sway's attack on the bird thing, Windspawn, 2 damage, and since it has quantum, I gain 2 energy. That 2 energy was never so useful. So now, let me think. Yeah, this is perfect. I don't even need to use anything else this turn. Because I'm going to use Jinwon's Burst. Lightbringer. The only thing it does is put 3 Electro tokens here. Now, since there were no Electro tokens here before, this will allow us to use his follow-up this turn, his Lightning Lord, which in this case will kill all of them. So I'm done here. Do we have any freeze? No. Yeah, I don't need to do anything else. I don't need that card, I don't think. Although I don't need the 3 tokens here either. So I could, for instance, use this on one of these enemies. It doesn't matter because they're all gonna die. So I can use it here, not deal damage, but I can discard an Electro token from his burst to give a player 2 card. Just in case, you know, something happens during the enemy phase that I don't like. You know, so I'm gonna do that. But other than that, I end... Oh, actually this gives card too. Okay. Yeah, I did not think that through. New hand. This is gonna work because at the start of the enemy phase... Oh, I'm gonna waste this. Okay, that's alright. At the enemy phase, I'm just gonna apply Electro and deal 2 piercing damage to all of them. That'll be enough, and... well, this won't matter. I'm just gonna get 1, 2, 6, 9 more. And from the reactions I gain 3 energy, and this unfortunately gets discarded. And then the enemies appear. Okay. So we got a Lordy Trash Can. Mighty foe. Infinite HP, but he gets defeated when you break his 4 shields. When that happens, all players draw 1 card and can upgrade it for free if it is upgradable. And this guy just gives you a freeze if he damages you. Alright. Turn 5, resets, and Leyline. Sheer cold again. Quite chilly in here. I cannot get rid of that yet. Because it would have to be in my hand, well, in my discard actually. Because I need to use energy for this. I can't trash it in my hand either. Alright. However, no, this doesn't work. So I want to destroy his shields and then get one of Shepard's attacks to trash the freeze and deal damage. But to destroy his shields, I need 1 more element or 1 more energy. Okay, well, first of all, no. No, I need to get the freeze after spending the energy if I'm gonna do that. I could get Rifting Zenith here, a genuine skill, because I didn't start with all of them. So I'm gonna get that for 3 more. I'm gonna use it. Electro, 1 piercing damage. Electro, there's no point tracking damage on this guy. And then I put 2 tokens here. I got 1 action point left, which will be for Shepard's card later, but first, I'm gonna use Bronny's attack. 1 piercing damage to an enemy. I can spend 1 energy to first apply ammo on that enemy. I'm gonna do that. That will allow me to break this shield, gain a dash, and deal 1 damage. After I do that, then I can draw 1 card and keep this face up. I had to do this in this order because I did not want to get the freeze before I spent that 1 energy. And I'm gonna buy Shepard's card. I could get it from my discard with Bronya's skill, but that would also cost an action point, so that wouldn't be enough. So in this case, deal 1 damage to an enemy in your zone, then either gain 2 guard if you have none, or trash a freeze in your hand or discard. So 2 damage here, trash the freeze, and I'm out of action points. I can still, however, deal 1 more damage on the Shadewalker here. 1 health left. Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's gonna have to be it. Oh, but I got Genuine's Lightning Arm. Yeah, I knew that I had planned for that. I just didn't know how. Okay. New hands. Lightning Lord's gonna activate and defeat the Shadewalker. The Trash Can is still gonna deal 3 damage to me, so I really should be taking care to get more guard. And at the enemy phase, we're gonna reveal our first royal enemy. So that's a Blaze Out of Space. Cannot be applied with Pyro, At the start of each turn, all players add a burn to their discard, which will be now. After we reset, we do start of turn effects, and then ley lines. Memoria Concentration, so this is a new one. Players shuffle a freeze and a card from their discard into their decks, which is a 5-card deck. Interesting. What do I want to put there? I'll probably use Daunting Smite, so I'm not gonna draw cards this turn. So could always just get, you know, 3 card. Because there's a freeze in there, so I'm gonna have one less action point next turn probably. So I might as well just get a 0 action point card in there. Okay. Then reinforced shields. Okay, that's perfect. Because Daunting Smite is going to stun the trash can and give me 2 energy. So that is good. I got enough guard to take the blaze out of space. I also destroyed 2 shields, so let's do that here. This time it will be relevant. So maybe I could have upgraded it. But that's fine. Now, what I'm gonna do is upgrade Rifting Zenith. So the base effect is the same, but it costs 1 less action point, and I can spend that 1 action point to increase the damage by 2 and put a card from my discard on top of my deck for the near future. So I upgrade that, use it, Electro, do I want to use, no, I don't think I will use the additional effects, because I need that 1 action point to do, let me think actually. If I get those draws, I could still have more of Bronya's free attacks. But it's not important, so I'm just gonna use Daunting Smites. Cryo and 2 damage here. 2 energy. It's the reaction effects. And I broke more shields, so this is gonna activate. Deal 3 more piercing damage. This also gives a stun to the Royal, but in this case it doesn't matter, because Royals need 2 stun tokens to be stunned. And also he's gonna die. that's the second reason, I guess. 1 piercing damage. Here we go. Done for the turn. That was a splendid turn. I actually forgot to put 2 tokens on Jingyuan's bursts, but it doesn't matter. This guy already has Electro and doesn't take damage. Or relevant damage at least. So, okay. Stunned. The enemy phase is gonna be very there's nothing happening in this enemy phase. So let's move on to turn 7. Yes, 7. Reset our stuff. Unfortunately, couldn't keep that guard. But yeah, reset our stuff and then do 2 ley lines. Monster Attendants, not irrelevant right now. And Bouncing Mushrooms. Oh. Okay. So I'm gonna trash my freeze in hands and draw 1 card. So I guess that solves the problem. Alright. As if nothing ever happened. So, how do I take care of those shields? I could do Iniquity Obliteration first, see what I get after. Yeah. So I'm gonna apply Quantum here. gives me 1 energy, puts stun, and I draw 1 card per shield destroyed. Okay, look at that. After that, I can feed him this turn and then use Lightning Lord on the next 2 enemies. Yeah, I'm gonna use Rifting Zenith. That's Electro in 1 damage. 2 tokens here. 2 action points. But this is free. I just need to spend 1 energy to apply Animo, which will take care of him. To Mora, I'm gonna draw 1 card and upgrade it if possible. It is possible and useful. So let's do that. Now the damage increases by 1, and when I use it, I give 2 cards to myself, basically. Since stuns are gonna stop being as important now, this is a good time to upgrade this. Let's get rid of him. And since it's still my turn and I have no enemies revealed, I can choose to reveal 1 or 2 of them. If I had 8 energy, I would probably reveal both of them and give myself a lot of garbage apart. Wow, that rhymes. Crazy. In this case, I'm just gonna... I don't know what I'm gonna... That's a great question. I have no action points. I can't gain guard in any way, I think. Yeah, I can't. No, yes I can. But it's not worth it. With Genuine's attack. So if I do that, I also do 1 piercing damage. Or I could upgrade it. Then I could just get 4 guard and upgrade Lightning Lord. So that's actually like a really good idea right now. So I'm gonna upgrade Genuine's normal. I completely forgot I didn't have action points. So no, I'm just gonna turn 1 of them and see what happens, I think. I don't need to, because I'm still at turn 7, then yeah, I'm not gonna turn any. I can just waste Lightning Lord. That's fine. Alright. A lot of decisions to actually do nothing. So, start of enemy phase, I'm gonna get rid of these. End of enemy phase, I'm gonna flip the enemies. So the Trampler here shuffles 1 Entanglement into our deck if it damages us. It's a new status effect. Just gonna let you read that if you want, but right now it's not relevant. And the Searing Prowler, which deals +2 damage to players with guard. That's bad for me. If I get damaged by him, I get a burn in my discard. You know burns. Alright, turn 8. Reset stuff. Then pull 2 Leylines. Adrenaline. 37 or less HP, put an overheat in their hands. Yes, very good. Players with 5 or more energy take 2 damage. Not good. Again, I don't really have much healing here. Only upgraded, the upgraded Japar normal can sometimes heal. So this is... should have been more careful, most likely. But it's not unwinnable by any stretch, I don't think. Maybe it is, that I'm thinking about it. Well, I'm gonna worry about my current turn first. So, ideally, I give myself guard and take care of this guy. I think I will have some trouble in the boss, so I didn't want to use all of my positive status effects. I'm not sure. Could always generate more with a Windrider bullet. Could even upgrade it. It's still free, but it applies anima without spending energy. And then I can reshuffle it into my deck. Should probably reword that later. But anyway, we get the idea. So I could just like pretty much kill him with this, because it destroys 2 shields, then deals 1 piercing damage plus 2 for each shield destroyed. He would be at 1 HP after that. And then I'd kill it with him, with this. But I should probably use Shepard's Burst. Need protection in here. I don't have his normal. And I can't buy any basic copies of it. Okay, so could I kill the Searing Prowler without overheat and without spending energy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or more than that if I got an electro reaction off of it, which I could. But then I wouldn't have energy, would I? Unless I did this first. I could do that. So this, then this to destroy a shield and gain 2 energy. This to finish off the Searing Prowler, plus the Lightning Lord. Then I can use Shepard's Burst, and I would not need to use any of these 2 cards. And I could save them for the boss, where I will have a lot of trouble. So I'm gonna do that. Already planned out the whole turn in my head, apparently. Doesn't happen that often. Okay. 1 action point to apply Quantum, basically. And I can follow that up with Rifting Zenith. That's all my action points, but that's fine. Electro on all of them. So 3 piercing damage total. Plus 2 energy and 2 tokens. Okay. So I'm not gonna generate dashes with this, but that's fine. This is gonna deal 2. I can deal 2 with these. Okay, I just need 1. Yeah, there's no point applying the anima in this case. I'm just gonna deal 1 here. And the 1 on the Trampler, might as well. And then use Shepard's Bursts. 8 energy. Active, he's got a passive, but it wasn't relevant yet. I gain 8 guard. Other players gain 4 guard. Put a cryo token here. So I'm gonna do that. Here we go. So, you might think this is a waste, but it's not, because the passive I was mentioning is next turn, instead of resetting my guard, I can just get rid of this token instead. And I can keep 5 guard for the next turn, basically. Okay. Ending my turn. New hand. And at the start of the enemy phase, I'm gonna get Lightning Lord. Raining Destruction here. This guy just dies. Okay. Saving up that money for the trouble I'll have. In here, he has 1 HP. So the 5 guard is going to be for the boss, most likely. Alright. He will attack me for 3, but do nothing else. And we'll move to turn 9. Reset. I do not reset guard. I will choose to discard this instead. And let's do a few ley lines. Okay. Inconvenient. Also inconvenience. Adrenaline. That's good. That could help me a lot, actually. You will see why. Right now I don't need it, right? Because he has 1 HP. And I wish I had Bronny's attack here, but I don't. And I never upgraded it, so I can't buy another. It's very unfortunate. I could get one with this, but that would beat the point of doing a free attack, you know. And then we would deal 2 damage. This only gives me guard if I do not have any. And it does waste the reaction. Okay, first of all, I'm just gonna draw a card. This, hang on. No. I'm gonna upgrade it first. Okay. So the difference is you draw 2 cards at the start instead of 1. And it deals 2 piercing damage per shield instead of 1. So I'm gonna do that. Karmic Perpetuation, draw 2 cards. Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm gonna upgrade that as well. If I can. I think I can. Yeah. Alright, yeah, this is the song we're popping off. So now, this gives me 2 guard as well, on top of the energy from the reaction, and killing him. I'm gonna do that. 2 guard, kill him. 2 energy, and now's a good time to start the boss, which means the song is gonna stop. But, you know. Alright. Doomsday Beast, which is refusing to face me. So this is one of the bosses I made so far. They're all, again, very much work in progress, but I think they're pretty decent already. So it starts with 2 shields. When it is revealed, we summon Disaster's right hand and Dawn's left hand. This is his moveset, his attacks. And these are his minions. So minions are a thing in this expansion. They're enemies that bosses summon, they don't give Mora, and you ignore minions while determining if a boss is in your zone or not. So in this case, both these 2 enemies and the boss are in my zone. So, starts with 3 shields, attacks all players, it doesn't matter, it just attacks in my case. And this one's attacks at 1 more damage for each other player, also doesn't matter, but it can entangle me, give me 1 entanglement for every 2 damage it deals to me. 1 entanglement in this case. Let's avoid that. The first time I defeat it, it will just change to the second phase and restore all the HP and whatnot. And summoning the minions again. And in this boss's case, the phase switch, or rather the turn after his phase switch, is very dangerous. So I will try to make him switch phases at the start of my turn and prepare myself well before that. Then during the second phase, I will rush him down as much as possible, but only after taking care of 1 of the hands, I guess, maybe. Okay. 2 of his attacks are just enhancing the attacks of 1 of his hands and like recovering them in general. But the last one deals 2 damage and trashes the top part of my deck. So, 2 action points. How do I do this? I do have another Daunting Smite. I could break 2 shields. Minions, like Royals, also need 2 stuns, so I'm not relying much on that. Especially because I have Daunting Smite, which is 1 stun, but no Quantum in my hands at the moment. Could get Quantum. But no, I don't really have enough action points to do much with that. Ideally, I would kill one of the hands. That's why I said this overheat would be very useful in this turn. So let me think. So I would really like to have 3 action points this turn, because I want to destroy the shields with this. I also want to upgrade this because then it heals me a little. But this is also really good here. And I probably cannot kill it without Rifting Zenith. Let me think. What if I upgrade this, it will deal 3 damage. Oh, I do need Rifting Zenith for the element at least. But if I upgrade this, it deals 3 damage here. And with this, I can deal 1. I could technically pop the overheat on the Lightning Lord at the start of the enemy phase. 1, 2. Because I'm thinking all this because I'm gonna waste some guard if I kill this game. And let me see something. So it's upgraded to normal. Cryo and deal 2. Oh, Cryo and deal 2 damage, that's right. Yeah, I made this card, but I forgot. That's worked exactly. But I remember the second part, which is right now it would heal me by 3. It's kind of major right now. There's no point getting more guard, because it's gonna block whatever they throw at me this turn. Yeah, it is. So yeah, I'm gonna upgrade my Fist of Conviction, as he calls it. But first I'm gonna use Rifting Zenith for the Electro and 1 damage. And 2 tokens here. And then Fist of Conviction here. Prior reaction. 2 shields here. And 2 damage. If I have 5 HP or lower, I restore 3 HP to myself. This is the only heal I have in this deck, so I better use it well. Now, the hand has 6 HP. This was slightly poorly calculated. Because even with overheats, a Lightning Lord is gonna leave it at 1 HP. Could increase it with this. Yeah. Or just buff up Lightning Lord. If I use this, I'll deal 1 more damage by the end, but also spend 1 more energy. Because I'm not gonna make use of those 2 cards, I don't think. If you can't read it well, each player can draw 2 cards, or Crash a Freeze in their hand or discard, and the next time a player deals damage this turn, increase all of it by 2. That would be the Lightning Lord, most likely. Wait, why am I worrying so much about killing it? You're not gonna deal more than 6 damage. So it doesn't matter. I'm not getting the 2 energy from this, but that's fine, because I might need the overheat more in the second phase than this one. I will. And it's not mine, I will. So I'm just gonna end my turn here. Yeah. Burn. Okay, I will still not take damage. Alright, so start of enemy phase, I'm gonna pop a Lightning Lord in here. Electro and 2 piercing damage. It's gonna copy and paste, it's faster. They're all in my zone. So. Okay, and then they're gonna attack me. So, first the boss, let's see what he does exactly, but can't be too bad. Okay, Void Fission. For each player, Disaster's right hand recovers 2 HP, gains 1 shield, and loses 1 stun. So it's not ideal, it's not too bad. 1 shields. This turn, it deals +2 damage. So the Dawn's left hand will attack with 2, then Disaster's right hand with 4. Okay. This is fine. No, like, I know, but like, really, it's fine. Okay, so next turn. Reset action points and whatnot. Now what? Now... This is not like a great hand to have, I think. This draws 1 card, but I could upgrade it and draw 2 instead. No. I'm gonna draw 1 card. Listening Lights, 2 damage and maybe 2 guard. Should I bother with Disaster's right hand? Maybe not, if I feel like I can get decent guard during this fight. Just Fist of Conviction by itself could give 2. Or I could upgrade it to apply Cryo as well. That would probably be good. I'm gonna upgrade it. Can only upgrade 1 of them. That's fine. So, Fist of Conviction here. Oh. Yeah, okay. No, that's not... I'm not sure about this. Maybe I'll use it on the boss to not waste the damage. Yeah. Fist of Conviction on the boss, Cryo Reaction. Since I am not at 5 HP or lower, I just gain 2 guard and 8 token here. Just in case I ever get leftover guard on any future turn. Okay. I still don't want to waste this reaction before destroying the left hand. Oh yeah, I destroyed 2 shields. So this is gonna activate. 2 piercing damage somewhere 3 times. But again, I did not want to waste this reaction. But there's not much I can do with it. I think I could buy a basic Shepard Skull. That does 2 damage and gives me 2 energy. So I guess one of these attacks goes here, another goes here, and the last one goes here. Now, I am buying this, using it here. I should not trash that. Gonna need it again next turn. 2 energy. Okay. boss has 20 HP, so it's 12 this moment. I'm gonna try to save my energy for the second phase. Get rid of my burn because of the cryo. And I got one action point to do something. That something will be Listening Light to deal 2 damage here and spend 1 energy to gain 2 guard. I'm gonna need that, most likely. And that's it. So reshuffle for a new hand. Good, that's good. So the Doomsday Beast will use Total Annihilation. 4 damage to players without minions in their zone, but I do have some, so it's just 2 damage on the guard, and I have to trash the top card of my... Wait, no, I don't. It's only if I took damage, which I did not. I hit my guard. Alright, Disaster's Right Hand beats my guard, and I'm ready to go. Start off with a Karmic Perpetuation. Okay. HP, no, 10 HP now. It's good help. Solo sustaining almost. Which is a little impressive because the overall difficulty, the Star Rail enemies and bosses is overall higher than the base games. And even in the base game, solo sustain can be a little tricky sometimes. But he's doing good. Do that. And then pop that with cryo. Sure. So Iniquity Obliteration. Quantum here. And here. Draw 1 card per shield destroyed. And it will also activate a little Karmic Perpetuation. So 3 damage here. Doomsday Beast has 7 HP. I will do a cryo reaction on it, as well as gain 2 guard and a token here. The max is 2, so that's that. And deal 2 damage. Down to 5. Do I need more guard? Don't particularly think so. But I could like just spend 1 energy for it. I've used 2 action points already. There's also got 1 shield if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. If I kill him with Lightning Lord, then I got a full turn to beat him up before he attacks during the second phase. Because Lightning Lord is at the... No, never mind. No, Lightning Lord is before the boss attacks. That's how I intend it to be, at least. Tricky. So I'm not gonna kill him with Lightning Lord. That is the worst possible decision I could make. 5 HP. I'm not gonna kill him this turn. What do I do? With 1 action point? I guess I could have used this before popping the Quantum, because then I would get 2 energy and deal 2 damage. This won't give me guard anymore, so that was... I could have also done that first. Yeah, I messed up this turn a bit. I think that's fine. I'll just use Glistening Lights, spend 1 energy to gain 2 guard. So So the boss has 3 HP. I'm gonna stop here. 2 overheats. Yeah, I'll probably change phases this turn, so I'll probably use those. So on the Doomsday Beast's turn, it will use Calamity Vision, Dawn's Left Hand, blah blah blah. Okay, this is the best result I could get. Okay, great. Dawn's Left Hand is defeated. He's not gonna do anything. His right hand is. So I'm gonna take 2 damage. And on the next turn, I think I will use one of these tokens to not lose that 2 guard, because I got 2 of them, might as well. And I'm gonna probably use 1 overheat to kill him, and the other to kill Dawn's left hand again when he respawns it. He has 3 HP. Yeah, because then this deals 4 damage. Okay, so overheats. Let's activate that. And just pop Wind Rider's Blood for 4 damage. That's going to defeat him. And since I defeated an enemy, technically, I need 2 energy. And he's gonna switch phases. So a new moveset. Now his first attack, Engine Boost, boosts both of his hands instead of 1, although it only boosts by 1 damage instead of 2. Total Annihilation is still here, but then we got Doomsday, which is the first thing he's gonna use. Like, he's gonna use that on this turn. When he uses Doomsday, he increases this Doomsday counter right here. Starts at 0. And then deal 2 piercing damage plus additional damage equal to the Doomsday counter. So he will deal 3 piercing. That's not a problem yet. But if he uses that twice, or if I don't have enough guard for both hands, that could be. So anyway, since I switched phases, I'm gonna get Dawn's left hand back here, respawn with 2 shields again. And I got a whole turn ahead of me. That was pretty well played. His shields also recover. That's 2 as well. I'm not gonna use the overheat yet, because I want to kill the hand with it. Or destroy the hand. It's not alive. Let me see what I can do with this. This increases the damage by 2 and makes it so you can trash the status. Statuses are not being a big concern here, so... Could just apply Quantum and then break it with Cryo. If I upgrade Sway's skill, it starts dealing damage itself and applying stun, but in this case... Oh, I could stun the left hand. No. Yeah, I could stun the left hand, but the boss could also remove 1 stun from them. So there's not much point relying on that. I also use Sway's bursts. It destroys 2 shields, and if it does, it deals a lot of damage. It does not one-shot with overheats. It's not damage. But maybe... Oh, hang on. So I could kill it without breaking... No, I would break its shield still, so that's perfect. Oh, Jesus, this is perfect. Okay. Okay. Let's do this one step at a time. And see if I messed anything up. I'm gonna use combat redeployments, so I can put a card, an action card of my choice, from my discard into my hands. Probably gonna use all of these. I'm just gonna put a free one. because that part is not the point here. But I'm gonna enhance the damage on one target. The next time I deal damage by 1. So 1 bonus damage from that, 3 from the overheat. And then I can use, so I use Burst, Divine Castigation. Destroy up to 2 shields on an enemy anywhere. So this is gonna activate after, but let's take care of one thing at a time. Deal 1 piercing damage plus 2 for each shield destroyed. That's 5. Plus 1 from Brania's skill. Plus 3 from overheat. And the left hand is done. That's perfect. I defeated an enemy with this. I gained 2 energy. The Sway is gonna keep popping off with this. Their follow-up. And deal 6 piercing damage here. Let's go. Alright, 2 more action points. With those, I don't think I need to use Iniquity Obliteration, because I can just apply an element for 1 energy here. Hang on, do I even need to do that? Do I want to do that? Okay, first off, I'm gonna buy a basic Fey follow-up. Use that, so I'm gonna break 2 shields now, at least. I just don't know how. Could use her burst again. Or I could try to destroy 1 on Disaster's right hand as well to proc the follow-up immediately. So 2 shields on the boss, 1 shield on the minion. I could do that. Could do that pretty easily even. I'm not gonna need more than 2 cards because it's gonna use Doomsday, which is piercing. So, okay. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to... I'm not sure on the exact order of this. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna use... no. Damn, I'm really not sure if I can do the 3 shields thing. So I could... okay, I could opt to with Sway's burst on the boss. And then 1 here with maybe the Lightning Lord and Ronnie's attack. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so first off, Rifting Zenith, that's both action points. Put Electro and 1 piercing on both of them. And activate Lightning Lord. Then Ronnie's attack, for 1 energy, I can do an animal reaction here. 1 damage, it's good. So after that, I can use Divine Castigation here to destroy these 2 shields and deal 5 damage to the boss. When I destroy those shields, I can deal another 3 damage to the boss with her follow-up. Now this is going very well, actually. Okay. So that's my turn. That's finally my turn. Alright. And then yet, new hands, which has a dash, so I can probably finish the game next turn. But first, Doomsday Beast is not gonna roll the dice, and use Doomsday. Put a counter here. Any counter you want, but Quantum is fitting in this case. Then deal 2 piercing damage plus the number of Doomsday counters, so 3 piercing. And Disaster's right hand will attack for 2. Okay, reset. Use the dash, might as well. And Doomsday Beast has 5 HP. Yeah, this is not going to be difficult then. Because I can... Oh, and I forgot Lightning Lord. So this is going to deal 2 and 2. So he has 3 HP actually. I'm gonna whack him with Japard. And yeah. Reaction, etc., but doesn't matter. That's 20 HP, the Doomsday Beast is defeated. And that's it. Yeah, that was a pretty good run. So if you watched this far, thank you very much. It's a long game, but I hope it was fun. It was for me. But I don't know. And I hope this brings some awareness to both the base game and my thing. I will put a link to the Tabletop sim table in the description. Most likely, I will try. And a link to the BGG page, Board Game Geek, Genshin Tarot. So thank you very much for checking this out. I will now tune out. Have a great day.